what advice would you give to young people who are entering the labor market in an era increasingly shaped by AI? And in particular, how can they better position themselves to meet the challenges and seize the opportunities and that AI will bring to employment?
Well, these are always challenging questions because a young person that enters the labor market today will have an expectation to have a labor market career over the next 40 years, and it is almost impossible to foresee what will happen over the 40 years. So what I always recommend, and I say this also to my own children, is you need to be flexible, you need to be open for change, you need to see and look for opportunities that there are. There will always be opportunities to have gainful employment, but they may change and they may lie outside your area of expertise. So being open and looking for alternatives for what you're currently doing, I think is very important. You will never find the optimal education and the optimal degree that will help you throughout your entire career. You will always have to make adjustments, and being ready for that, seizing the opportunities that new changes bring to you, I think is very essential in this respect.
Yeah, so how should young people think about lifelong learning, adaptability, and transition between jobs?
Yeah, lifelong learning is, as I said before, a very important element for in the strategy that the ILO adopts as well in its recommendation for governments. And it obviously requires also an infrastructure. You know, often enough you have institutions that are providing degrees where it's not entirely clear to what extent they serve any purposes. So one thing, for instance, that is very essential is the development of micro-credentials, like small degrees that you hold. So it's not a 5-year degree that you get in a university, but it's a small degree. For instance, you have expertise now in using a specific AI tool properly. You get a small degree that will maybe cost you a few hours of your education to obtain it. You might have to pay a bit for that, but these degrees you accumulate over your professional career, and this doesn't disrupt you. You can do that at the side. You know, you don't have to go to school. You can do it as in an evening course or so, and you get these micro credentials, these micro credits, that will help you over time to build up a new competence portfolio in your life. So it does require again a bit of active participation in these markets. So you can't just hope that somehow the state will provide you with schooling or education. You have to do it for yourself. You have to identify what really attracts you. But at the same time, the state, the public, the regulator needs to make sure that there's a market that actually functions for these private education providers, and that is not always the case. Often you have providers with a kind of dubious type of quality, and so you need to make sure that there's some kind of quality assurance that when you as an adult person try to seek new education, you can actually get these degrees, and you know that they have a certain quality assurance that's provided by the public regulator.